What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Flash Season 4. Now, I understand it's been such a long time. It's been over a week since I've done a Flash video, but that's because I didn't really want to make any Flash videos because the shows are coming back on Tuesday, obviously next week. So don't worry, I'm back. But before we get into this video, guys, I want to ask a question. Should I do a trailer reaction to the final Justice League trailer, which comes out this Sunday? I don't usually do trailer reactions because I don't feel they're right. Most of them aren't genuine. Most of them overreact and are fake. But I've been doing a lot of DCE Justice League videos, so let me know in the comment box down below, guys. Should I be doing them? So The Flash starts this coming Tuesday, so let's get hype. So, even before they've aired episode 1, the Flash team have decided to release synopsis and images from episode 2. Although they look pretty awesome, I feel like they're doing it because they're scared that people won't want to watch the program because they think that Barry Allen is still in the Speed Force. So I feel like they're doing this just to try and push more people to watch it, which is cool, I guess, but it's kind of annoying in a way to me. So episode 1 is titled The Flash Reborn. Producers had this to say: "We're not doing the rebirth based on that title." Executive producer Andrew Kreisberg told Entertainment Weekly, "We were going to call this season premiere Rebirth, and then we realized everyone was going to think we are doing the comic book version of Rebirth, which is why we changed it to The Flash Reborn." Now, I don't think there's nothing wrong with them pulling from the Rebirth story arc, obviously the 2016 one and the one before, but I think the main reason that they're not going to call it that is because the backlash they had when they overhyped everyone with calling the Flash Season 3 Flashpoint. Now, everyone thought they were going to get a proper Flashpoint, and most people were really disappointed with what they actually got when we kicked into Flashpoint, and it just turned out to be the ramifications from Flashpoint. So I think they were pulling parts from both Rebirth and kind of just refreshing, regenerating, reborning. It's basically the same thing. So it will be the Flash Rebirth. It's just not going to be what the comic book said. And this can be backed up with another quote: "The experience of being in the Speed Force was a bit of a baptism for him." Kreisberg said his experience in there has really washed away a lot of his sins, cleansed him of his doubts, fears, guilt, and really loves to be in the Flash again, which is cool because he's been a bit down and depressed, but we can understand that. He lost his mother, he lost his father, and then he lost HR. So it looks like it's going to be a more upbeat kind of series, we hope. So we've already seen images from episode 2, and there's some really cool images. But I think the reason why they're posting stuff from episode 2 is because they've basically confirmed 95% of the first episode, which is quite sad, and it's quite predictable, even for people that don't really look into things. Just by watching the trailers, you can piece bits together. Now, I like all the new images that came out with the synopsis for episode 2. Look really cool, but there's one shot of Barry Allen where the suit just looks absolutely ridiculous. I'll put it over the screen now. The suit in this just looks really bad. So the title for episode 2 is called Mixed Signals. Barry and Iris go to couples therapy. Barry has his head full when he takes on a dangerous Meta who can control technology while also confronting an obstacle in his personal life: the ramifications of abandoning Iris for 6 months to balance the Speed Force. Meanwhile, Gypsy breaches in for a hot date with Cisco, but she gets annoyed when his work gets in the way. So, couples therapy. Seeing as we see an image of Barry and Iris getting it looks like they're getting married during the big kind of crossover, I don't think this will last long. Their relationship issues won't really last long. I think it's just going to sound like Iris is hurting because he went into Speed Force without giving her any warnings, but he had to save Central City and save the world. But in Barry's defense, he didn't have any time to really think about it for himself. That's what heroes have to do. It's clear this season where he will have to tell Iris what happened in the Speed Force. He's come out a different person from the first trailer. It looks like he's quite confused, but seeing as we see this for the second episode, it's going to be over his confusion pretty quick, which is kind of sad, really. A new metahuman who can control technology sounds pretty interesting, possibly linked to Blacksmith, who kind of work controls the underworld for kind of metahumans and stuff like that, I guess. But also it could be linked to the Thinker. Gypsy breaches in for a hot date with Cisco, but gets angry when work gets in the way. That's kind of interesting, but the whole issue with this whole storyline with Cisco and Gypsy is she's only a kind of character that appears once in a while. And we know we've got the Danny Trejo, like Breacher, her father's storyline coming through. So if Cisco survives her father's wrath, then they could be a couple, but like I said, then she's not going to be on the show that much, so it will have to be a long distance relationship, kind of like Kid Flash and Jesse Quick, who we're most likely not going to be actually seeing that much, to be honest. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below, what are you most hyped for? Do you think couple therapy is going to work, or do you think it's just going to be a joke? The producers did say it's one of the funniest episodes they've made ever, but of course, like, producers have to hype things up. Do you think the Thinker is going to mind control Iris West? Because we do see a shot of Iris West and Kid Flash where she's holding a gun up, but she's not going to kill Barry. But it would be quite funny if the Thinker kind of put her in a position where it looked like she was going to. So from what the producers have said about the Thinker, he isn't going to hurt Barry Allen. He needs to understand everything that Barry Allen knows about the Speed Force in order to solve whatever problem or issue he's having. He's going to be a very different villain. The Thinker doesn't actually hate Barry Allen. He needs to use Barry Allen's knowledge of the Speed Force to solve some world life problems. But I'm really glad that they've kept information secret, because in past seasons they've told us absolutely everything. So that's one thing I can't criticism about the Flash season 4 is, yes, we do know a lot, but we know absolutely nothing about the Thinker. We actually haven't even seen any set photos, which is really interesting. I really hope they can keep all the Thinker scenes in the studios so no set photos and stuff can get leaked. Anyway, guys, I will be doing a lot more Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow videos as of next week. I'm not sure about Supergirl. I'm going to give Supergirl another chance because I really am liking Reign's kind of character. But I most likely won't be reviewing that. But as you guys know, I will be doing more Justice League videos, more DCEU videos, more MCU videos, Infinity Wars, Thor Ragnarok, all them kind of stuff. This channel is now changing and it's diverse, and we're not narrow-minded. We're not one straightforward. We're not just going to rely on Flash and Arrow anymore. We're going to talk about the comic book world as a whole, because during the summer the channel kind of struggled, so I reached out to different kind of subjects, still keeping it comic book central, and I don't want to have to rely on making Flash and Arrow videos back and forth, making up ludicrous theories. So I'm just going to mix it up, guys, but the channel is still heavily based around Flash and Arrow, guys, like it always will be. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to, and join that Team Warstu notification squad by hitting the red button down below the subscription button, and we will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.